Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Unlocking Lore, the storytelling podcast in which I, your favorite, your very friendly storyteller, sorry, okay, your friendly neighborhood storyteller will tell you one or perhaps two stories that will wind you down, throw off some steam, get off some stress, almost like a good massage. And you guys have a good time. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to stream last week. I hope you guys haven't missed me. Yeah, the ambience. As you can see, I am in my new setting. I hope you guys like it. And it's actually, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's actually you guys can't see that. No, there it is. Sort of like that. It's my garden. So, it's actually my garden. Oof, too much light. Way too much light. You gotta make it look good. And Tabitha knows about this stuff looking good. So let's see who we have tonight. Tabitha is here, of course. Hey, Tabitha, thank you so much for coming. You are the first one to pop in to the chat. And then we have the Dunadan. Good evening. Again, good evening, Isildur's Air. I hope you're having a good day. And always, the sweet Phil Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle is here. My good co-host, awesome co-host, JT Gunter. How you doing? Our group chat is just blowing up because a few of our friends are right now, if not, they will be going to the MegaCon that is going on in Orlando, where the great Gina Carano will be there probably on Saturday. I'm not really sure. Rogue Disney can give us some updates on that. I know he has been streaming. He streamed today at 4:15 p.m. That would be Central. That would be 5:15 Eastern. And he streamed for about 20-25 minutes. I missed it. I didn't see it. I was doing something different, so unfortunately I wasn't able to see it firsthand. But I do know that that he will be streaming perhaps on Saturday. And there are a lot of people over there. I know that Star Wars girl is over there. I know Ryan Kennel is going to be there as well. I know our own Ryan Legion is also going to be there. It is going to be so much fun. Even though we are all, well, some of us are pretty far away. Some more than others, perhaps. But I guess we're going to be able to live it through them. So I'm really happy for them. I'm really excited that we're going to be seeing these things firsthand. And a lot of people that we got to know through the internet, obviously, will be able to meet in person. So that is something that is really heartwarming. And it's really, really awesome and amazing. So tonight we have two short stories that I have prepared. Seeing that last week I did not stream, so I am missing. That is one story short, and I really don't want to, back up on on all these good news stories that you guys will be having. So I will be indulging you with two stories tonight, two short stories, but I hope you have fun with them. They're really fun stories that that I have in my repertoire. I do have one that is a little bit older. I have been working on this for a few years now, and there is a new one that I will be presenting tonight, and I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys like it. I have to finish my sentences because I have like so much information that I want to say at the same time, and then I'm just cutting myself, which is wrong. Anyway, so and for those of you who didn't know, last week, the reason that I didn't stream last week, and I did tell a few people on the internet. I really want to thank everyone who reached out to me last week. It has been a really difficult time, difficult days, because I I received a message from the college that that I am applying for, with not very very good news. So, but there is still hope. I am currently working my way to apply and to start this coming semester. And if not, well, there are other ways to make my dream happen. There are other ways. I think this is the best way. The first, through education. I think education is best for everybody. It's not for everybody, I guess. There are a lot of people who have not finished college or even attended college, or university, and they have done very well in life, and they're very very stable and are excellent professionals. In my case, I feel that I do, um, that I really do want to go through that step, through that stage of education. I feel that it's going to give me some more ground that will help me professionally, especially since what I am striving for is very very technical, and there are a lot of things that I guess in my case I would benefit more, to actually have the time to study it and to practice it and to have somebody there to help me through the process, more than just pure experience. But again, like I said, that's not for everybody. Not We know, for example, Steve Jobs. We know that he dropped out, and you know where he got to through his company. I know other people that again are doing very well, and they did not have to attend, and that's fine. But anyway, keep me in your thoughts, keep me in your prayers, keep your fingers crossed. Everything. Send me some good vibes to see if we can make this happen. Who knows? You know, only God knows. And yes, as you guys know, I am a believer, and yes, I am praying so that these plans will pan out. But anyway, I really want to thank everybody who reached out during the past days, and the people who have given me the space, because that was really important to have space, to pull through. And your thoughts and prayers did help a lot, because it really gets you thinking that there are a lot of people right behind you who are rooting you forward, um, silently, not just with their words, but just their just the thought that they are right behind you. They will support your every step, and they will tell you if you're wrong, obviously. But yeah, uh, giving me the space is also extremely beneficial in my case, um, and I really hope that I can do the same for everybody, every each and one of you that has been there. So thank you very much. That has been going on, and that is the reason why I didn't stream last week. And but I might as well tell this anyway. Next week I will not be streaming. In fact, I will be offline, completely offline, from Monday evening to Sunday morning. I will be completely offline. I will not be. Not only will I not be streaming, but I will not be interacting on Twitter. Yeah, completely. Zero data, no Wi-Fi. I don't know how I'm going to survive, but I will survive. Um, Nowadays, you take away the Wi-Fi, and everyone's like, oh my god, the world's coming to an end." No, that's not going to happen to me. I remember the time when, I don't know if you guys remember the time. Most likely, probably not Phil, but I'm probably guessing that a lot of you remember the time when internet was installed, and when you got online, um, the phone line just cut Like nobody could call you because the internet used the phone line. So that and that was a time when you just didn't, you didn't go online so much, especially if your parents, didn't want you to cut off the telephone at that time. And you would holler in your house to say, "I'm going online," just to make sure that everybody, they're not expecting a really urgent phone call. I remember those times. I was really young, but I still remember. And then if you didn't have internet, well, you got bored, and you would actually be creative in creating games, and you would go outside, and then you would actually, watch TV. Well, anyway, it is Throwback Thursday, isn't it? There you go. We we remembered everything last week from many many years ago. Anyway, so not let's get into this. I hope you guys like these two very short stories that I have prepared for you tonight. And yeah, let's do this.
In a world where legends come back to life and magic is in the air, we gather around to listen and delve deep into the lore. This is Unlocking Lore.
Has anyone ever met a family that had three sons? Maybe one son, most likely two, perhaps. But three? Oh, sure you have. I'm absolutely sure you have. And if not, well, then maybe this story will tell you why they never actually had, you never actually met a family with three sons. You see, once upon a time, there was a family with a mom and a dad and three useless sons. I mean, completely useless. They would just lie around all day, chewing on the hay with their hands behind their head, just looking at the skies, just laughing out. And with those kinds of sons, there can only be one type of parent, the mother, who would come up with a broom and say, "Get up, you useless sons! I bet your father was doing this. Why would you do this? Oh, get up, get up, get up, get up." And she would swap them with the broom, and they would try to get up, and they would do some few chores. Yeah, sure. Yeah. They would go to the barn, and they would shovel a little bit of hay, and then they would kind of brush the cow, and they would get tired after that, sunny days, and they would go out and they would lie back again and look at the skies with the clouds and grab the hay and start chewing on it. What on earth have I done? What kind of sons do we have? Said the woman to her husband. It's all your fault. Of course it's your fault, said the woman. Until finally, she said, "This is the last straw. This is the last time these three useless sons of mine are going to be out there doing nothing. I will get them out." And it just so happens that the three sons, who were already young men, kind of lazy, but they kind of felt guilty because they were living off of their parents, they would go. They went to their parents and said, "We're going out into the world. for a year and a day. And when we come back, I think you will be proud of us, said the wife. Yes. Yeah. 16, 17, 18 years with laziness. What's a year and a day gonna do? It's all your fault, said the woman. So off they went. And they walked 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 their separate ways. And for a year and a half, both mother and father did not know about anything that was there, about nothing of their three useless sons. Until finally, the year and a half, the year and a day came to an end. And the wife was out there, sweeping off and thinking, oh, my sons, what's going to happen to them? What happened to them? I don't know. They're my three babies. It's all your fault. You drove them out. Oh, my three sons. And the husband would look at the wife and just shake his head in silence. Well, they came back. The first son came, first. And the mother was overjoyed to see her firstborn child, and she saw that she came back with practically nothing. And a frown started to look over her head. Well, a year and a day has passed. What have you learned? Oh, mother, father, I have learned much in this year and a day. And I have become a blacksmith, said the first one. A blacksmith. I knew a perfectly good blacksmith. In fact, why didn't I marry him? And he was the best blacksmith in the village. And then he left when I rejected him, said the mother. And she went on to say how wonderful this blacksmith was, and how he would court her, and how he would do everything extremely well. When all of a sudden, along came by the village lord on his beautiful Arabic horse, just striding off. And the first son said, this is my chance, he thought. And he grabbed 4 horseshoes, and he grabbed some nails, and he put into his belt a hammer. And then he went running off after that horse, and as quick as a flash, boom, he took off one of the horseshoes while the horse was racing, and he started to nail the first new horseshoe, and then the second and the third and the fourth. And the Lord was so surprised. Whoa! He got down off the horse, he pulled it up and said, what a wonderful blacksmith, he said. Here's a bag of gold for you, my boy. And a huge bag of gold it was. And the boy took that gold, and with the smirk on his face, he went back home. He presented it to his mother, and he just looked like the look of many sons when they achieve something that their parents could never believe that they did. And the mother said, yes, you're good. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be good, of course. And then along came the second brother. The mother again was overjoyed to see her second baby boy, and when she saw that there was nothing on him, no jewels, no nothing, Not even a carriage? Well, then she started to frown again. And she started to put her hands on her waist and said, "And you? What have you done? You come empty handed? Oh, I knew it! You are the most useless son of the three. I just knew that you would come back without doing anything at all." And the second said, "Mother, I'm so happy to see you, and I have learned much on my journey. I have become a barber." "A barber? You have wasted money that your father hard work had earned to become a barber. I knew a barber when I was young. Oh, he was a handsome man. Oh, was dandy with a razor," she said. And she started to say all the things that this barber also was good at, and how she had also rejected him, until all of a sudden, from at the corner came a hare. And it started jumping. And the second son saw that hare and said, "This is my chance." He grabbed his razor, he grabbed his bowl, and then as quick as a flash, he went running, uh, chasing that hare. And as quick as a flash, he grabbed the razor and started to wipe off the fur off of the hare, and started to take off the whiskers and grab it in his bowl, leaving the poor hare hairless. And he grabbed that hair and he pulled it together and he put a beautiful stick on it. And lo, a wonderful shaving brush. He went back to his mother and presented it. And he looked at her in silence. "Heh," said the mother. "Well, I guess you're very good at it." And before she started to say anything else, who came along but the third son? "Beautiful little baby boy," said the wife. But when she started to see that again her third son did not come with carriages or anything else, "Don't tell me that you've done nothing in this 1 year and a day. Come here right minute." And the third son came along and said, "Mother, I'm so happy to see. I've missed you." "Ah, you've missed me. You've missed the money that your father had worked hard at earning, and this easy life that you had. Probably that's what you've missed." And the son said, "No, mother, no, of course not. I, ah, this year and a half, I have made a name for myself. I am the greatest swordsman in the land." "The greatest swordsman." "I knew a great swordsman in my youth and days, and oh, he was even more handsome than the barber and the blacksmith. Oh, and when he courted me," and she started to say all the things that the third man, the swordsman in her youth could do, and she would label and number all the things that she did, and how he wanted to marry her and she rejected him, until finally she saw up and there were clouds in the sky, and oh, it's going to rain. Well, now that you've come home, let's have a family meal." And the young man, the last brother, said, "Whoa, stop, mother." And he took out his sword, and when it started to rain, he started to slash all the little drops of water that came out, until finally, when it stopped raining, everyone was completely drenched except the mother, who was completely dry because of her last son's ability with the sword. I'm impressed, said the mother. These 3 sons of mine, of course. Of course, and you know why. You know why you've turned out so well. It was because of my upbringing. And since the wife is the one who usually, kind of runs the home, nobody said a thing. And that is the story of the 3 useless sons. But whoa, don't move. Don't move from your seat, because I have another story for you. Have you ever been to a place where you're having a drink with somebody, and you're talking about all your experiences, and you're telling a story, because that's what it is. An experience is, a story that you are telling. And then one person, just one person in that audience, in that group of friends, sits back and says, "Nah, I don't believe it. Rubbish. Garbage." Well, that's another problem that us storytellers do have, because there's always one person, and I don't know if in the audience that is accompanying me tonight has has that in mind. But there's always one person who doesn't believe in the stories that he hears from the storyteller. And there was one storyteller that had that. And he would go to the presentations, and they would ask him to tell them a story, just like you are asking me. And it would he would tell it until one person would sit back, cross their fingers, shake their head, and said, "Nah, what a load of rubbish." And this storyteller, not me, the other storyteller, was finally fed up. Said, "That's it. I'm done. Forget it. No more presentations until I find one story in which everybody in the audience believes." And that's what he did. He went home, he shut the door, he sat down, and he thought. And he thought, 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 and he thought. And the more he thought, the less ideas he would get. Until finally he said, "Oh, fine. I need some fresh air." And that's what he did. He went to his window, opened it up. Oh, the fresh breeze. And you know what happens when you open the window? Apart from the sunshine coming in, you feel the fresh breeze, there's always noise. Well, that's what he heard. And they weren't any noise. They were kids playing outside, and they were jumping and laughing and screaming and running and how could he think of a story with all this ruckus? He said, until finally he got fed up with that, and he called the kid. "Hey, boy, come here," he said. And one of the boys ran up and said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Do you know that on the other side of town, there are giving away free melons?" And the boys, when he heard that, his lies lit up and said, "Everybody! On the other side of town, they're giving out free melons." I'm gonna go. Let's go. And the other boys, when they heard that, because everybody likes free food, they their eyes lit up. They looked at the boy and said, "Free melons! Yay! Let's go!" And off they went. And they ran and they ran and they ran and they ran and they ran. And off they ran, they did. And the storyteller, yep, that will give me my peace and quiet that I need to think of my story. And he put his hand, popped his chin on his hand, and he started to think. And he thought, and he thought, and he thought, and he thought. And the more he thought, the less ideas he had. Until finally he was looking outside his window when he saw a group of women running right past his window. It's like, that's strange. Wonder what happened. And he called one of the women and said, "Come here. What's going on?" Haven't you not heard that on the other side of town they're giving out free melons? We're going out there. And off they went. I can't believe they believe that one. And the storyteller thought, yeah. But after a time, a group of men came by and ran past his window and was like, "What is going on?" And he called one of the men here. And one of the men ran up to his window and said, "Well, what's going on?" Said, "Oh, didn't you hear? That's on the other side of town. They're giving out free melons. Let's go." Yeah, yeah, you go there, he said. You can't believe they believe that. And he still sat there with his chin popped in his hand. And he thought and he thought and he thought until finally an old man who was curved and was limp was running as fast as he could right past his window. And he said, "Hey, excuse me, come here." The old man limped all the way up to his window, said, "Excuse me, what's going on?" "Oh, haven't you heard?" said the old man. "On the other side of town, they're giving out free melons. Wanna come?" And the storyteller was absolutely baffled. And the old man started to run, run, run. And he said, well, maybe it's true. And the storyteller jumped out the window and started to run across to the other side of town. And what's the moral of the story? If you want everybody to believe your story, well, first of all, you gotta believe it yourself. Well, thank you, everybody, for listening to these two amazing stories. Completely different from the stuff that I have been telling over the past few weeks. Just to show you that stories are not only deep, profound, and long, but also fun, short, and very energetic. In this case, these two stories, yes, they have been extremely energetic. And I just want to say, oh, and R2 is in the house. Hello, R2. I hope I always ask because I know that R2 watches me on a big screen. He makes one of my dreams come to life, because that I am on TV. So yes, thank you so much for coming. And yeah, Dreaming Tabitha, yes, this very, very energetic stories. Because there's, yeah, it's just fun. It's just fun to engage in these types of in these types of tales. It also helps a lot, to bring up the mood. And even though I do have a very, very huge soft spot for long deep tales, these tales also have a big meaning for me. So, and thank you, Faye. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry I didn't. I was wasn't able to catch all of the stream. I will try to get to watch the rerun afterwards. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to Fate's TikTok, please do so. You are not gonna you will not regret it. I guarantee it. And also, he does have his Thursday streams with Astro 5, called Nerdwise. If you guys want some more nerd talk, they talk about DC. I think uh, basically anything nerd. Today they talked about Batman, which was really awesome. I really enjoyed the stream for as long as I was able to get there. So yes, great stuff. Oh, thank you, Dunadan. Always appreciating the claps. Thank you very much. I hope that one day I will be able to listen to them like in real life. Or maybe I should just make up a video and with everybody clapping and then put it on. It's like, thank you very much. So yeah, for those of you who weren't here before the stories, I did announce that next week I will not be online, so there will not be streaming. Don't miss me too much, but I will be back. I will be back the following week because it is going to be after the weekend is going to have an amazing episode on the 30th. May 30th, we will be reviewing Top Gun, the 1986 hit Top Gun. So that's going to be a really awesome episode. I hope you guys tune into that. For the time being, it's going to be us three. It's going to be JT, R2, and myself. Oh, you're gonna miss you next week. Oh, thank you. But I know you guys are not gonna go anywhere. So that makes me really happy. That makes me really happy. Also, guys, if you haven't noticed, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give a shout out to my good friend Drew. This is his Give Send Go link. He is still struggling, like I mentioned in the message. He has, I think, he's gotten to the 30% of the funds he has been raising. But if you guys can give also a shout out for him, share the link, share the message. Perhaps we can help him out. He is struggling with finances and stuff like that, and he does a lot of good work all over the internet. I think you guys know him. He does have his own 2 streams, and he's a real advocate for free speech. So even though you may not agree, if anybody else is listening to this stream, um, you may not agree with his views, and he may not agree with your views, but he will fight for the right for you to be able to say what you want and not be canceled by it. So I think that is something that everybody should strive for and everybody should help out. So if you can, give a shout out to him on your streams, or perhaps share the link on your social medias. Every little bit helps. So shout out to my good friend Drew, Supreme Heretic. He does support us, not only the channel, my personal channel of Unlocking Lore, but also After the Weekend. He has been there a couple of times. We will hopefully get him back again sometime in the near future. So yes, Drew is great. Drew is a wonderful person. Really, he is. I think is my twin brother. Oh, I didn't know that. You're the 22nd of February then. I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna jot that down in my agenda. So So yeah, I think that's it. So I hope you guys have had a wonderful time here on Unlocking Lore. As me as a storyteller, you guys know that I thoroughly enjoy um, giving you guys a little piece of me, even though we can't see each other, because that's also one of the magics of storytelling, and that is I see you, the audience, and well, you guys can see me, so it's like 50%. But I hope you guys enjoyed this evening. Stay tuned for some more. Um, and stay tuned for MegaCon because there's going to be some really, really awesome live streams. I know. So Rogue has streamed. Uh, I don't know. What's there's another Twitter account that is also a friend, part of the community, not geeks and gamers per se, but um he knows a lot of people that we usually interact with. He has been streaming as well. Peach has also streamed. He will be doing some videos of the MegaCon. Hopefully that will come out this evening, if not tomorrow morning. He mentioned that in the tweet. So lots of things, lots of amazing stuff this weekend that you guys, both you and I should not miss out. And one final shout out to my good friend and a wonderful person, Dreaming Tabitha. You guys go check out her Etsy page. She is finally. I think you're not gonna close the drunk 3PO Canadian bear. It's in its last week of selling the merch. If you haven't purchased anything on Dreaming Tabitha, please do so. She's a wonderful person, a wonderful artist, an amazing person. So big shout out to her. She does amazing stuff. I'm still waiting with my finger sauce. I am waiting patiently. There it is. Okay, so the Canadian Bear sale ends on the 29th. Okay, you guys can purchase that on Etsy. I cannot, unfortunately. But as you guys know, my parents are moving to Florida very soon. I mean, extremely soon, as in really, really soon. And I'm not gonna spoil it yet. I'm gonna ask them if I can publicly say the date, or somewhere around there. Um, Perhaps I will be able to purchase something and then send it out to my parents. So I'm saving up to buy Maria's shirt. Yes, then go buy Tabitha's stuff so that she can buy my do you want something Canadian Bear? Oh, that'd be sweet. That'd be sweet. I don't know what I would want. Maybe a sticker. Something small. I love t-shirts, but I really don't know. That'd be really cool, Tabitha. So if you do buy something from her, you know that she's going to buy my Unlocking Lore t-shirts. The bold be bold, but not too bold t-shirts that are out there. Everything is in the description below, guys. I'm not going to keep you anymore. Have a good weekend, and have a great week. If I do not interact with you by Twitter. So I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Take care, everybody.